Calling this meeting to order. The East Baton Rouge Council on Aging Board of Directors. Today is January 22nd, 2026. We are at the Lotus headquarters at 965 North 18th Street. First on the agenda, we'll have our invocation. Pastor Moss, do you mind?
She said the press, she just blessed the food.
I don't know about mine.
All right.
God, we do thank you for this day.
Yes.
Day that you have made, and we're gonna rejoice and be ever so glad in it. We thank you for the first meeting in 20 and 26.
Yes, Lord.
And God, even now, we thank you for having brought us over and having brought us over in good shape. We bless your name for that. Now we pray that you would bless this meeting.
Yes.
Allow it to have meaning as well as purpose, to the end that you would get the glory. And bless this food. Allow it to be nourishment for our bodies, suffering each one of us to not ever forget the spiritual manna that can only come from you.
Yes.
In Jesus' precious name, amen.
Amen.
Next, we have our pledge.
I
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yes, please.
Next, we'll have our roll call.
Sergeant Connie Curse.
Present.
Attorney Jennifer Mozat,
Absent.
absent. Attorney Jacqueline Nash Grant.
Absent.
Coach Anthony Jones.
Present.
Councilwoman Carolyn Coleman.
Present.
Miss Mary Washington.
Present.
Mrs. Kathy Coleman.
Present.
Reverend Dr. Mary Whitley Moss.
Present.
Reverend Donald Hunter Sr. en route. Mrs. Jerry Booker.
Here.
Senator Larry Selders.
En route.
Mrs. Sonia Boss.
Absent.
Attorney Tracy Woods.
Present.
Major Frederick Thomas.
En route.
Mrs. Maisha Spears Beard.
Out. Absent.
Madam Chair, we have a quorum.
Okay, we have a quorum. Next, I'll call for the adoption of the agenda.
Get a motion.
Can I get a motion?
Make a motion that we adopt the agenda.
I'll second.
Okay, it's been moved by Coach Anthony Jones to approve it, second by Miss Mary Washington. All in favor? Any opposed? Okay. Next item on the agenda is public comments. We have any public comments? Any public comments? Okay. Seeing there are no public comments, moving on to our item 7 is our action items. We have the certification of the Board of Directors meeting minutes, the meeting of October 23rd, 2025. Can I get a motion to adopt these minutes?
So moved. Second.
It's been moved by Attorney Tracy Woods and second by Ms. Mary Washington that we adopt the meeting minutes from October 23rd, 2025. The next item is the adoption of the certification of the Emergency Board meeting of November 25th, 2025. Can I get a motion? It's been moved by Ms. Jerry Booker, seconded by Councilwoman Carolyn Coleman. All in favor? Any opposed? Thank you. Okay, our next action item is our finance report. Under A, fiscal year 2025, our audit.
Thank you. And I want to say thank you to the board for having me here today. Everybody should have a copy of the financials in front of them. And what I would like to do is walk through the statements and just highlight a few items. 2 or 3 notes I want to talk about, and then answer any questions that you might have. So to begin, I always like to start with taking a look at the audit report. This is, bless you. This is where we issue our opinion on your financial statements. So if you turn there, which begins right after the table of contents. And at the top, you'll see the opinion paragraph. And I'll just read from there real quickly, that second paragraph. In our opinion, the financial statements referred to above present fairly, in all material respect, the financial position of the governmental activities, each major fund, and the aggregate remaining fund information of the council as of June 30th, 2025. This is what we call a clean, unmodified opinion. From here, what, a clean, unmodified opinion is what we call. From, I like her enthusiasm. All right, let's turn to page 10. We'll start by taking a look at the balance sheet, also known as the statement of net position. And I'll just run through some of these numbers. Total assets for the year, $19.1 million. That's up $1.5 million from last year. And the council's got two buckets of assets that make up roughly 93% of the total assets, and that is cash and capital assets. So if you go to the top, you'll see cash at year end was just shy of $3.5 million. And a little further down under non-current assets, you've got the capital assets net of depreciation at 14.3. And when we get into the notes, we'll kind of dig a little deeper into the capital assets. Moving down from there, we have total liabilities at year end were 2.8, with the biggest grouping being non-current, which is the debt, and it's broke between due within 1 year and then the amount due 1 year and longer. In total, we ended the year with roughly $2 million in debt. That's down $700,000. And on the balance sheet, you start with your assets and then you back out the liabilities, and you're left with what's called the net position of the entity, of the council. And we ended the year at $16.2 million in net position. That's an increase of $2 million from last year. Okay, so now let's turn to page 14, and we'll look at the income and expenses. So I'm on statement 5 on page 14. This statement's broke out by the funds that the council operates. I'm going to focus on that far right-hand column, just the total. Total revenue for the year, $16.2 million. That's flat year over year. We roughly had 16.3 last year. And if you go back to the top, we had $2.8 million in, these are federal funds that flow through the governor's office that help finance some of the programs. That was 2.8. And right below that, you got the city of Baton Rouge. That was a one-time grant that was started last year and then closed out in the current year, $213,000. The largest revenue item right below that, property taxes, $12 million. That's up $600,000. And then if you go down 2 from there, $651,000 is under paid meals. This is services that the council provides under a contract to the community to provide services. The 3 largest contracts, I have a list here. We had Head Start, Juvenile Detention Center, and the Louisiana Leadership Institute were the main drivers of that funding. Now if we move down into expenditures, total expenses for the year were once again similar to the revenue, flat year over year, coming in at $15.1 million. The largest bucket in expenses is going to be your salary fringe benefit. Those 2 items, roughly $5.4 million for the year. Once again, flat year over year. Capital outlay, and we'll get into this in the notes, $854,000 for the year. That was up $100,000. So on similar to the balance sheet, you start with your revenue, the inflow of money, and then you have the outflow of the expenditures, and you're left over with either an income or loss for the year. And the council ended the year with just shy of 1.1 million in income. All right, from here, let's turn, we'll get into the notes. Turn to page 26. Note E, capital assets. So what you have here is what we call a roll forward schedule. So you start with 6/30/24, and we had and this is the gross number. We had 19.2 million in assets, 854 in additions, deletions or disposals throughout the year, 233,000. And so we ended the year with gross capital assets at 19.8 million. Let's turn one page to page 27. Note F at the bottom, line of credit. The council during this fiscal year had 3 lines of credit that were open at 3 separate banks. We had Hancock, Currency, and Guarantee. These lines of credits are utilized for cash flow, pretty much to smooth cash flow throughout the year. Once again, you have a roll forward schedule, so we began the year with no outstanding draws on the line of credit. The additions are the draws during the year, so we drew down roughly 1.6 million, and then the reduction is principal payment back on those lines of credits. And as of year end, all lines of credits were paid in full. Going forward into fiscal year 25, Hancock, the currency line was increased from 1 million to 1.5, and then we have the guarantee line. So going in, we would have 2 lines, but roughly the same amount of potential cash flow that we could tap into. Turn one page to page 28. Note G at the top. Once again, a roll forward schedule. Here's a breakdown of the debt. I had mentioned we had 2 million. So if you look at balance 6/30/25, 2,006,921 was the outstanding principal balance of the debt at year end. There's three big buckets here, with the first one being accrued compensated absence. There's 2 items in here this year. There's a component of the 157,000 that is the vested vacation that employees have earned and would be due upon termination or separation from the council. The other piece of it, which is a new item this year, ties into sick leave. And in the past, sick leave is a benefit that would accrue for the employees, but there was no vesting piece to it. You wouldn't, and when they terminated and they had built up hours, you wouldn't have to settle any of that. So I'll be real quick. There was an accounting standard that said, well, we want you to look at some of these other items, like sick leave, and come up with the amount that is more likely than not to be taken in the next year, and give it a value, and accrue it and put it on the books. So so we had an increase. We started at 96,000, but that was just the vacation piece of it. And then you have additions, and they allow you to net those numbers. So that's the net addition. You had some people take vacation and sick leave, and then you had an accrual. So there was a net increase, and we ended the year with 157,000. The item below that for 742,000 is what is called a right of use liability. So the council, to fulfill its operations, will enter into long-term leases, and there's 2 big groups of these leases. The first one is leases to run the senior centers. So So they'll sign long-term leases to occupy the building, and then there's various equipment that's utilized in operations that is under a lease obligation also. So the $742,000 represents the value of all the future payments under those leases. And if you go down to the middle of the page, you'll see a schedule that outlines, if you look under principal payments, you'll see, you come back to that $2,006,000 number. That schedule is showing you principal payments plus the interest. So you got to think with the leases, there's no interest, but they make you break out the interest as if there was interest. But those are the payments. So we have leases that extend out to 2031 to satisfy those obligations. Fiscal year 26 is substantially larger, but that one includes the final payment on the construction loan. I didn't get to that piece. I was going to mention that up there. But yes, so the largest debt is the $1.1 million left on the construction loan, which is due, I believe, in March, right?
It's due March. That was the final date, yes.
That's going to be the final payment on
No,
the.
we did it already, but that's the date. Tasha gonna report on that.
Oh.
It happened like yesterday.
Oh, early? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I was like, it's February. Right.
Yeah, so that is, yeah.
Okay. So did I pop the balloon too early?
Yeah, no, it's all right. It's all right.
Okay. All right. So I was going to say in fiscal year 26 that.
You should pay it off, huh?
Right. That number is elevated because it includes that balloon payment at the end along with the accrued vacation. All of that gets dumped into fiscal year 26 along with the lease payments. And then it falls off substantially in 27, 28 out to 31. And those numbers represent just the lease payments that go out.
I have a question, sir.
Sure.
All right, you said that the right of use liability you have with the 742,
Yes.
704,
Mm-hmm.
you said that those were all the future lease payments?
Yes, so you look at the lease and you have to do.
What leases are those? How many leases we have to operate those places? That's fine, you don't have to go through that detail.
Yeah.
So that 742 is not in this, even though I'm trying to reconcile it back from you have the 2006 921 and then the 2006 in the schedule.
Yes.
So how does where is the 742 in that?
It's all in there.
26? Oh, it's all.
All those payments, so like if you,
Okay.
like fiscal year 27, the payments of $170,000 include the right of use
Includes some portion
liability.
of that
yes,
742.
yes,
For that
yes.
year.
All right, so that's for the remaining life of the whole thing.
Of the
all of the
leases,
leases.
yes
Okay.
ma'am,
All right.
yes ma'am.
To 2031, right?
Yes, there's one lease, I don't have any notes on that, but there is a lease that extends out to 2031.
And then one more question, so this addition of the $60,492 for the leave, for the sick.
Yes.
Is a new thing, that's
Yeah.
new. Is that
What,
new for-
we've always had vacation.
Yeah.
What's new in there is the addition of the sick leave.
Which is the 60,000.
The 60,000 is, a net number of what was accrued during the year less what was taken. So it's not just vacation.
Just, right.
I mean, it's not just sick.
Sick.
It's them combined, it's the change in them during the year. So you may have an employee accrue 40 hours in vacation, and they may only take 10.
Okay.
And then you may have someone accrue 40 that had a carryover of 40 and take 60. So that's the net number across all the employees.
So we're now required to show that as a liability.
You've already-
Of the net of what's left in sick time. Is that what
Okay.
you're saying?
In the past, you had to show the vacation, but you had to break out vacation earned and vacation used.
Yeah.
When they added in the sick leave piece of it, they allowed you to just report the net change. That's the new piece of it.
And the
Add-
net change means what's remaining.
The net change is the difference between the additions and the usage. Instead of having them separate,
Okay.
You
I think
would just
you're saying
net
the
it.
same thing, we just
A
saying
different,
different.
yeah.
Because I'm saying the net of what's left. So it's what I total had, less what I took, and what's remaining.
it's it's what you earned during the year less what you took
Okay,
to arrive at the ending balance.
Okay.
So it's like you have a big beginning balance, you earned, you took, and then an ending balance.
and that ending balance is still what I have remained to take possibly.
Yes, and the value of that's the 157,
Okay,
yes.
all right, thank you.
Okay, that was the last note. So there's one schedule I always like to point out. So if we turn to page 46, the council is required to highlight the agency head, which is the CEO, Ms. Tasha, and then all payments to her during the year. So, yeah, pretty much. And that's all I had. If there was any questions or if we addressed them all.
You'll go to the back and tell them that's my finding.
Oh, yeah, okay. I didn't have that. Yes, if you go, turn to page 53. This is where we would report any findings, if there were findings to report. This year, we had no findings to report on, so.
You're located over by my house. I thought I knew that.
Wait, me?
The office is near my house.
Are off College in Bennington?
Yeah, I live in Jackson.
Yeah.
Right next door.
So you know the traffic on Bennington to get on College? That's what I was fighting, and I did not cut through the gas station or do any of that, okay?
I almost gonna have to start going to Essence and coming up.
If it works, I know.
Yeah.
Soon, everybody will find that out, and
Because it's not, think about a hotel.
that doesn't work either. No. And you know, yeah.
Councilwoman has a question.
Yeah, can you repeat? You know, I'm talking about the real talk. Can you repeat what you
She
said?
didn't hear well. She
About
didn't
the-
hear well. Speak loud.
Yeah.
On-
West.
On the end, so if you turn to page 52, this would be the summary of the audit results. And then starting on page 53, if there were any reportable findings, this is where you would find them. And there are no findings listed here.
Yeah. And we're gonna put them, we're gonna post them, we're gonna post it and we're gonna put it up electronically. And I'm gonna send it to the council members too electronically. You can if you want.
Call Chris.
Yeah, right. Well, one thing I did want to say before she takes the motion, Ms. Pratt and I went through this earlier this morning, and we got an epiphany. We went from being a $3 million agency to a $16 million agency, and with stellar finances. So I want to give it up to her department for the great work that they do. Finance department, yeah.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion to approve the audit.
I got a question too. How do we go from 3 million to 13 million and on page
16.
16 and on page 46? That's not changed.
On page 40, yeah.
What we gotta do about that?
Yeah, we gotta talk, that's on y'all, that's on y'all.
That's what I just asked.
Yeah.
And she said, they gonna tell me. I don't understand
Yeah, I
that.
understand that either.
I don't understand that. They got boys here in Baton Rouge making that down at the mayor's office, so I don't understand that.
I think she might want to leave it alone
No.
until after the middle gets paid.
Yeah.
After
Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah, I think, what you wanna say? I think we'll wait until after the millage so they don't give them something else to talk about. And then we'll do, my preference would be to do me and my team at the same time. But we wanna make sure we solidify the funds for the seniors for the next 10 years. And then we can handle that. You guys just have to do me and I can take care of them. All right, okay.
Another reason why you have the support of everybody.
Yeah, but.
Okay, Councilwoman Coleman, moved to approve this audit. Do I have a second? Second by, Ms. Kathy Coleman, I'm sorry. All in favor? Any opposed? Okay, thank you, Jonathan.
Okay.
The next item on the agenda is the closing the Oscar LaFleur Trust account at Hancock Whitney Bank.
All right. Ms. Pratt? You want to talk about the account? Jonathan. All right, Jonathan. All right.
To those of you who been around for a minute, you know that the Oscar LaFleur Trust account that we inherited when we came. It was part of the Sharon LaFleur settlement thing. When we came in 2011, it had a balance of $2,338.06 left in that account. First thing our banker told us, her name was Tony, when we came, whatever you do, don't ever touch that money because it's been litigated, it's in litigation.
Right.
So it wasn't nothing to fight over, so we didn't touch it, and it's just been sitting there. And according to the trust itself, I have a copy of the trust instrument. We are the beneficiaries of that trust, so the $2,000 belongs to the Council on Aging, and that account has been sitting idle, and every 5 or 6 years, the bank will send us a letter wanting to know what we want to do with it. Since we found the trust and we know that we are the true beneficiaries, we are allowed now to do what we want with it, so I would like permission from this board to close that account and just transfer the $2,000 to our operating account. And then we won't have the problem of having to keep up with yet another account to reconcile every month, and the bank sending us notices, it's inactive and that kind of stuff. So, permission to close that account.
And the litigation is over.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Ms. Mary, second.
Okay, it's been moved by Jerry Booker and seconded by Ms. Mary Washington to close the Oscar LaFleur Trust account. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes.
Go ahead.
The next item is the Lotus headquarters update.
Right. So we wanted to share, and Jonathan kind of mentioned it earlier in his presentation. As of today, we own this building. This building belongs to the council and the seniors. It's an asset. It's fully paid. Our deed is on the way from the bank. And Ms. Pratt was so strategic in the way that we paid. We paid earlier, and so we got a reduction. We got some negative interest that we didn't have to pay them. And she told me don't say no number, so I'm not gonna say the number, how much the interest was. But we got some money. We didn't get money back, but they didn't charge us as much. And so earlier this week we paid off the debt, and it was $1,095,553.55. So we officially own this building. Yeah. And with that being said, we own all of our buildings, all of our fleet. We don't have any lingering debt, except for the debt that I'm about to create. Well, other than that, and I'll tell y'all that later. But we officially own this building. We paid this building $7.5 million in 4 years. Paid, yeah, in 4 years. So that's what those line of credits were for, because that's kind of how we made it through the end of the year, because at the beginning of every year, we make a big lump sum annual payment. And so we officially own this building, and we're gonna put Black Jesus all over the building. I said I wasn't gonna say it on the record, but when you get your house and you own it, they put the Black Jesus with the Last Supper picture. We got to put one in here because it belongs to us now.
No, boy.
Yep. And after the millage, we do intend on having us a note burning activity party, but after the millage, and after the millage, and we're gonna keep that debt free down until after the millage, right? Okay.
When is the millage? When is that vote?
June 27th. Yeah, that's further on. Okay.
Okay, the next item is the community center support.
Okay. We decided, as you all know, the city's budgets has been cut, and so we do have 5 senior centers within community centers. We are in the Charles R. Kelly Center, Leo S. Butler, we're in the Jules J. Newman Center, we're in the Pearl George Center, and then the Cheneyville Center. And so we have been talking with the council people and the center directors to see, they've been needing some assistance. Normally, they take care of all the things like the supplies, the toilet paper, and some of the activities that we don't do. And so Ms. Pratt and I sat together and got together and determined that we want to allocate a certain amount of budget, maybe about $25,000 for each center to take care of some of the things that that are within our mission that we can take care of to kind of ease the burden on the community centers until they can figure out how they fill their gaps. And so we're going to be providing supplies, toilet paper, cleaning supplies. We're going to do some activities that they would normally do. We'll do that. We're going to take a camping trip, some movies, some of those kind of things. And then some of the centers do need some upkeep and maintenance in the areas that we utilize. Like they need a new TV in the because it's old in the Charles R. Kelly Center in the senior center portion. So what we determined is that we could figure a way in our budget to support the council members' efforts that are just supporting the seniors. And so we want to work in tandem and in a team with them. And I wanted to run it past you all just to make sure, you know, that I have your blessings. I don't know if you need a vote on that, Ms. Brown.
Oh, yeah.
She wants to take a motion, but we're gonna support. Yeah, we're gonna support the community centers. I think it behooves us to do that because they do a lot for the seniors. And some of them do more than others, but we want to make sure that we do our part a little more.
We are well able to do that.
Yes, ma'am.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
What about the Charles R. Kelly Center? Are they,
We're gonna talk about that further down in our
No, I just
agenda.
want-
Okay, all right. All right.
Any other questions on this item? Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
I move.
All right.
Okay, it's been moved. It's been moved by Ms. Mary Washington and seconded by Coach Anthony Jones that we allow the CEO and CFO to come up with a budget to support our community centers.
Right.
All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes.
And I'd like to say on behalf of those seniors over there at the Leo S. Butler Center, where I served them well.
Yes, ma'am.
We are appreciative to Council on Aging. I'm telling you, the stuff that you all do already for our seniors. So I'm talking to all of you Council on Aging people up in here. You all are appreciated for all that you do. And I can say that I've not gotten a no, maybe a wait, but not a no when I ask for something for those seniors. Not for me, let the record reflect.
Right.
Not for me, but for those seniors. And so we are appreciative of that.
Thank you so much, Councilman.
Let me ask something, and it's out of order. It's
Okay.
behind the vote, so I know it.
All right.
It's in vain that I'm asking, but I just want to know, does it have an ending date to the help, to the assistance you are providing?
For
Or
this,
is it ongoing,
no, it's for this year.
just this year?
Yeah, it's for this year. You know, we do everything annually, so it's for this year, and then we'll reevaluate next year. But yeah, it's for this year. Hopefully, by the end of next year, the city has said to us they're coming up with some things to replace it. But what I didn't want is the seniors that are there to lose some of the things that they get. You know, some of the services that the community center has been able to provide. So I wanted to kind of fill the gap on that.
Sounds good.
Yes, ma'am.
And may I add too, Reverend, we also have a ceiling on it too now. $25,000 center, we got a maximum.
That's good.
Let
Let
me know y'all
right.
been
I know.
on
But
Yeah.
more,
Yeah,
but we got a ceiling.
Right. Exactly.
That's for all centers or just the ones that need that?
Just the five, all five of them. And see, because we have a partnership between them, so we don't pay any rent, we don't pay the utilities, right? We just provide our staff the food and activities. And so we just decided, instead of them doing activities, let us pick up some more of the activities and maybe do some of the things in the area where the seniors are. Like, I can't redo the whole community center, but I can do the senior center portion and the bathroom and that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Next item is our 2026 holiday schedule.
So we just need approval of the holiday schedule for this year, for the record. It's in your
It's in your
folder.
folder.
The governor, well, what he does is, now Juneteenth, it's questionable, but we just decided to keep it on ours. Last year, he took it away last year, so, but we kept ours, you know. You want to make a motion? Yeah.
Oh, is it?
He made a motion.
Okay.
Motion, I'm seconding.
Okay.
Coleman seconded. All in favor?
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
All right.
Okay. Moving on to C, our ad hoc committee report, the development of a prospective relocation of a senior center.
Okay, so the ad hoc chair is not here, she's out, so I'll do the report. So we, as you all know, we keep an ad hoc building committee, and they do all of our building land acquisitions. And so we met, and Ms. Booker mentioned it early, the Charles R. Kelly Center. We have been, way outside the fire marshal code at the Charles R. Kelly Center for some time. And we've had several seniors, 2 or 3 falls and accidents trying to get down the aisles. It's very tight. And it's been on our radar to get another facility in the area, our own independent facility in the area, particularly with the change in the former council member and this council member, who is, he wants to focus on the whole community in totality. And to us, some of the programs just don't align. For instance, we have about 125 to 150 seniors there, give or take. And then they have a homeless program. They have a drug addiction program and some other things that's going on at the same time. And the seniors have been calling us, they're kind of uncomfortable. You know, it's difficult to mix those two populations together. And so we decided, and they really need to utilize their entire building is what I see. And so for us, we thought it'd be better, since we freed up some budget, that we purchase a location. You know, I love a blighted piece of property, that we could go in and get low, and that we could fix up and make it a senior center. We have identified, and the ad hoc committee is in agreement, but we've identified a piece of property. It's at, address, 5186, thank you. 5186 Evangeline. It's the old Save-A-Lot on Evangeline. What we like about it best is, you know, it used to be a grocery store. So the shell of the freezers and the walk-ins are still there. We also like that it sits on 3.5 acres. So there's a lot of space to do a lot of things. It's about, how big is it, Miss? It's 16,000 square feet. And it needs, and so what we want to do with your approval is to purchase that building for cash, and then we want to renovate it. Our bank currency, which is our good friends, has committed to give us the construction money for as built on whatever payment schedule we want to do. We've proven to being good stewards of our finances, and so we want to purchase this building, renovate it, and get the seniors over there in the next 6 to 8 months. We've met with the architect, Mr. Marcus Williams, is going to do the design for us. And the great thing about this space, it's going to kind of mirror Lotus, with the exception it won't have the rooms. It's going to mirror the place on Main Street. We'll have a big open space. We can do line dancing. And the best part is there's a section off part in the back that we're going to turn into a food pantry. The food pantry over at Lotus, we're serving anywhere from 6 to 1,000 people a week. On top of 200 seniors parked there every day, and it's chaotic. It's chaos, and it's hard to get them in and out. And so we think we can take some of the pressure off of this pantry if we do one in North Baton Rouge. And then you don't have to come so far. I got folks come from Janesville to go to this pantry. And so I can get one in North Baton Rouge to service the North Baton Rouge area. Food Bank is, they're on board with us getting another pantry. Our food vendor is going to help us stock it. And so I think it's a great facility. I think it'll be win-win for us. Some of the ways we'll keep the costs down on the construction. Marcus is going to do the design and the construction administration. Me and Trudy are going to do the contractor work. We're going to try to do the contractor work kind of like we did for this building. And so we can cut maybe some costs down in the building. We surmise that it's going to cost us maybe $800 to maybe $1 million to get it how we want it. But we can also use the building for double fold. We can have big meetings there. We could take our fleet off of the property at Lotus and park it over there because the parking lot is 3 acres, right? And so what we are asking for is approval to go ahead and to do this new project, and if you have any questions, let me know. You can come to the food pantry, most
$1
definitely.
million to renovate, how much to purchase?
The purchase is $675. It's $675. They wanted $775. So we're buying it with some equity. We're paying $675. And I think what sold them is we're gonna pay cash. And so they was like, yeah, they coming in from Houston to get it, right? And if you guys approve, we've done our due diligence. We've had our appraisal, had the contractors to walk through. We've done I think environmental, and so it's ready to go. We're ready to close on February 3rd. Yeah.
That's a plus for North Baton Rouge.
It is.
Yeah,
It is. It is.
What would be the estimate of the total project?
With the building,
Exact number.
maybe about $1 million, maybe 1.2, somewhere around in there. If you include with the purchase, about $1.2 million, $1.5 million.
No, with the purchase, it's probably gonna be close to more like $1.5 million, a little over, because
Yeah.
$675 plus.
Yeah.
About
Yeah.
$1 million to renovate it.
Right. Yeah.
So this comes out of general fund?
It does. It will. It will, and we first of all, we freed up some money with the paying of this building. So there's $1 million something we don't have to pay every year. And secondly, we have some money in capital outlay to do our projects back here to free up some money that we can be able to do that. And then we're gonna just use a construction line that we won't carry out as far as 4 years. We'll probably get it paid back in a year or two.
Okay, so the 1.5 that the auditor was talking about, that's just regular ordinary business expenses that y'all use that for?
We're 1.5.
Then he said something about y'all had $1 million line of credit and y'all.
Oh yeah, so
Y'all increased it to 1.5?
we had $1 million. No, we had $1.9 million in
No, he's
3
talking about-
places.
He's talking about just at currency.
At currency, we have $1.5 million. Right.
Don't look like I paid it.
Huh?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, $1.5 million.
Yeah.
And so that money, we used that for end of the year to kind of float the last 2 or 3 months, because we were making a big payment on this building in the beginning.
Okay.
And now that is paid off. We paid it off yesterday, day before yesterday. So it's completely paid off, so we won't have to drop
this
that.
money you just get from y'all get another line just to do the
Yeah,
reconstruction?
separate line.
A separate line.
Okay.
Yeah, a
So
construction
you
line.
got everything lined up, you just need us to.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just asking the question.
$25,000.
I didn't say that when you asked
No.
the question.
No, the $25,000 is gonna go to Charles R. Kelly, and they'll improve the facility, right? So what I did is I've had a meeting with each council person, and they kind of asked me what they want to do. He wanted some TV and some podiums and some sound in the room where the seniors meet, and so we'll use it while we're there, and after we're gone, it'll be left there for him to use, right?
Give it to him, get him out of it.
Yeah. Any other
You know,
questions?
be fair with him,
Oh, sure.
just like we do. And I'll tell the treasurer and this year.
Yeah, we want to make sure that we take care of our politics. We don't leave anybody angry or upset or anything, and that's one reason we want to give him the improvements that he needs. But at the same time, we have to do what's best for the city. And this didn't just happen because now it's been a while coming, right? Not yet. I don't tell anybody anything until I get started. And I will ask that you all don't tell them and discuss it until I close and own the building. Because anything can happen in between then, right? And once I close and pull some permits, once I pull permits, it's public record anyway. But we just, we want to finish our projects. I like to finish my projects discreetly. I don't want to invite you to the groundbreaking. I want to invite you to the ribbon cutting. You get there, you be like, "Ooh, I didn't know that was here." Yeah, because things happen. They have a way to, quell your project. Huh? We have to. They make us.
Yes. You can't go in executive session for private discussions like that?
No.
Only certain things.
Well, I know that.
Talking about an employee or some stuff like that.
And
Yeah.
only if they don't have to, if they don't ask for it, we don't have to show them, right?
We post it, but most people don't go look at
Most
it
people don't.
unless it's something contentious. Yeah, right, okay.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
I'm so moved that you.
Look, Miss Mary ready for the new center. That's what she is.
I just think that I'm tired of looking at these people smoking when I get out of my car, looking at me all crazy.
Uh-huh.
She goes to Charles Kelly.
Uh-huh. Yeah, she's the senior representative on the board, and she attends Charles Kelly. You second, the two seniors. All right.
Okay, it's been moved by Ms. Mary Washington, seconded by Ms. Jerry Booker, that we move forward with the plans to purchase this building for the relocation of our new senior center. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, I have a couple of resolutions that I need to get done. I'm sorry, I jumped ahead of you. Go ahead.
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
Resolutions, a resolution designating authorized representative for facility planning and control matters.
Right. And so, you may or may not know, so facility planning and control is fancy word for state capital outlay. We we just purchased how much was it? The land, how much? Yeah. $562,000 worth of lots in this area. So we had $1.5 million in capital outlay for phase 2 activity back here in Lotus Village. And so this resolution is to allow us to take the land that we have. The plan is to do some cleaning it off, and we're gonna build 4 houses. We're gonna build 4 houses between now and June 30th, because we still have about $1 million left over there we have to spend. So we're gonna start putting some houses back in this community, in the empty lots. And so this resolution is just giving me permission to work with facility and planning to do the construction items that they request. So it says, board resolution to adopt this instrument designating an authorized representative for facility and planning control matters on the 22nd day of January 2026. Meeting of the board of directors. It was duly moved and seconded that the following resolution be adopted. Be it resolved that the board of directors hereby authorize Tasha Clark Amar, Chief Executive Officer, to serve as the authorized representative for the EBRCOA with full authority to execute certification forms, contracts, change orders, requests for disbursement, correspondence with FP&C related to the renovation of the properties located at 5333 North 17th, 1549 North 17th Street, 2029 Gracie Street, and a new construction of 2 1,200 square feet ADA compliant cottages on North 16 parcels 18,944.8 and 18,946, and to take all actions necessary to ensure compliance with the non-state entity capital outlay administrative guidelines and the cooperative endeavor. The above resolution was passed by a majority present.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilwoman Carolyn Coleman and seconded by Attorney Tracy Woods to approve the resolution designating the authorized representative for facility planning and control matters. All in favor? Any opposed? Okay. The next resolution on the agenda is for the acquisition of immovable property.
So this is the resolution for the purchase of the property we just discussed on Evangeline, and it's really long, so I'm not gonna read it all, I'm just get to the meat of it. You all are authorizing me to purchase certain pieces and parcels of land. Let's see. We're gonna do lot number 8, lots 9, lot 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, lot 34, lot 35, lot 36, square 17. And it says subdivision says lots having such measurements and dimensions being subject to such servitude as shown on the map. Let's see. It's about, so the Save a Lot sits on 36 lots. They used to be, used to be a neighborhood, and they put it all together. And so this resolution just allows me to make the purchase.
Save a lot.
The Save a Lot on Evangeline.
Oh, Evangeline, because the man on the news is talking about the one on Pike Road.
Yeah. This the one on Evangeline.
Yeah.
We're gonna buy that one.
That's gonna go well with the new Inspiration Center.
I think it will.
Sure.
I think it will.
Yeah.
Yes, it's gonna be real, yes.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion to approve this resolution.
Yep.
Okay, it's moved. Okay, it's been approved. It's moved by Ms. Mary Washington, second by Coach Anthony Jones, to approve the resolution for the acquisition of movable property. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, the next item on the agenda is item EGOA, approval of the 2025-2026 board roster.
You all approved at the last meeting, but then we had to resubmit it to add the new board member, Ms. Beard, the new Zachary representative. And so all it is, this is just an addendum to what we already had to add her name, and it just has to be on the record.
What is GOEA?
Governance Officer, Elderly Affairs. Okay.
Entertain a motion.
So moved.
It's been moved by Attorney Tracy Woods, seconded by Ms. Mary Washington, that we up for the approval of the 2025-2026 board roster. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, next item on the agenda is item 8, CEO report.
Okay, I'm gonna try to be very brief because I know Councilwoman Coleman has to bounce because she got a big meeting at her building this evening with my whole team. We're gonna be there representing, so I want you to know that.
Yes, ma'am, and we're ready.
All right, so the first thing, as you all know, is we are going to try to renew our millage this year. We're aiming for the ballot on June 27th. We have the item has already been introduced at the Metro Council meeting last Wednesday, and so we need to go back to the meeting on February the 11th. It's the public comment meeting, and that's when they'll make the vote and decide if they will allow us in our resolution to get on the ballot for June. So we're asking you all, to come out, support, participate. One thing that has changed as it relates to this campaign, when it's not connected to Thrive, it's not connected to the library. So the PAC, we have a PAC, they renamed it, it's called the Lotus PAC. It's solely for seniors, and it's solely to get this mission accomplished. And so on February 11th is when we go for public comment. So we would ask that the executive board join us at that meeting. We also met with the advisory board this week. They'll be joining us, and several seniors. We just want to make sure that we're visible and they know that, we did what they asked. We supported. We were a team player. We came, we did everything. We went to the Thrive program. We talked. I went all over the city, and it just wasn't successful. But we're going to make sure that this one is successful just for us. And you have a packet in your folder that we presented to the Metro Council members already. If you need some additional information, there is renewal questions. And I would ask that you kind of familiarize yourself with the questions and answers, because folks are asking, because there was more money we could have asked for, but we just asked for what we're getting. We left that extra money that wasn't collected, we left it where it is. So we only want what we currently get, right? And so those questions are in here because folks will be asking so you can know how to answer the questions. And then the resolution, the specific language that will go on the ballot is also in your packet. Now, one thing I want to say is we do not get the liberty of writing it how we want to, right? We have to, these lawyers, bond attorneys and bond commissions have some specifics that you have to have in any measure, particularly those that are for ad valorem taxes, right? And so some of this stuff that's in there is not words that we put, but what we try to do is highlight the words that are important. Meals on Wheels, senior centers, senior recreation and senior housing. You'll see that in there, but all the other fluff about CR, whatever.
Which one did you talk about?
The resolution that's going on the ballot. Right, and so it's good that you take it and read the resolution so you know what it looks like when you get there. Also, because this is a special election that they're calling, and so that's also important to know, right? Okay. And then, okay, I'm gonna give you a quick housing development update week, and I'm gonna jump around. Ms. Sanders is gonna come tell you what we're doing, but I wanted you all to know the first thing is the Federal Home Loan Bank of Dallas awarded us about a month or so ago, $1.225 million for our Lotus at the Lakes project. So I don't know if you know, we got a lot of projects going at the same time. So Lotus at the Lakes is our senior housing project in Baker Plank at Kent Road, where we're gonna do 59 units, and some of them are designated only for grandparents, 49 only for grandparents raising grandchildren. We'll also have a Lotus Center like on Main Street there, swimming pool. It sits on the lake. It's phenomenal. I think we only have a small gap that's remaining, and then we can get started. We've been working with Senator Barrow and Governor Landry, and we're going to talk to the senator before he leaves to try to get the last of our money moved from priority 5 to priority 1. We got $16 million over in capital outlay. All of it is over there except for the part that's in priority 5 we need moved. As soon as that gets moved, we'll get started. And as you remember, we got $3.5 million from HUD. We got this $1.25 million, and then we also have the $17 million at the state. The project's gonna cost about $21 million for the housing, another $3.5 for the center, right? And so we're trying to get it done so we can break ground, we can dig some dirt in the next couple of months. Okay. I already mentioned phase 2 back here. We already started closing on some. Come on, do it. I'm trying. My bad.
No.
Go ahead.
Here's the thing. Everything's been covered in my report.
Everything's been covered. Okay, good.
So I'm gonna just recap. We've already visited Lotus Village phase 2, the expansion. We successfully closed in November, securing properties required for the next phase of our redevelopment. We discussed renovation of 3 of the homes we have purchased, one of them recently being 2029 Gracie Street. In addition, we do plan on immediately working with FP&C on new construction, and those new construction is going to be on North 16th Street across from our Lotus Village housing. So that we're going to start with those 2. In addition, we talked about Lotus Village at the Lakes. We just covered that. There's nothing to add there other than our federal home loan award received, as well as working with our state to move that those funds from priority 5 to priority 1. And we've already discussed 5186 Evangeline, not housing, but equally significant to our mission in serving our seniors. So we're looking forward to that endeavor. And thank you all very much.
Thank you. Just a couple more things. So we had a site visit from the Governor's Office of Elderly Affairs last month. They spent 3 days with us. They went to senior centers. They went through the files. They went through the folders. And we got a good review. We had one observation. So if it's not good, it's a citation. If they got something, a recommendation they want you to, it's an observation. Some of the seniors folders, they pulled 16 folders, 4 files didn't have all of the information in it. And so we are working on that. Matter of fact, I hit the roof, so the staff, I may pull them all 20,000 out. And we went through them all one by one, just to make sure all the information is in there. And what we found out is that when administrations change, they change rules. So the last administration said you didn't need it. This one said you do need it. So it's all in there. And that was the 4 finding. And I just have to tell you all, that they had 4 files that didn't have information in them out of 16. Just 4 out of the 22,000 that we have in the house, which I don't think is a big deal, but I just have to bring it to you. And then tonight, one other thing, we have been working with the seniors. I don't know if you guys have been getting your gas bills, but they're up, they're astronomical. They have gone, we've had seniors to come to us, the bill has gone from $30 to $250. We had one lady, hers went from $100 and some dollars to $1,283. And so there is 100 seniors that we have decided to assist with our COA Helps program with their bills. And so what we did is We let them pay what they normally pay, if it's 30, 50, 70, and we paid the overage. And out of that, 100 came, only, maybe, was it 40? 40 was only brought the bills back. So we helped the ones who brought their bills and the information that we requested, and I want to say it was about $6,500. We're going to go to the meeting tonight, and we're going to help some more at the Butler Center tonight. We had a meeting this morning with Delta Utilities Vice President, and we talked to them about our concerns about how egregious these bills are, particularly our seniors who live on a fixed income of about $600 a month. And that it's no way, you can tell me that you compared it to last year, but one thing seniors know is their bills and their budgets. And if they used to paying $50, that's what they paid last year this time. And so they tried to convince us that gas is up. They also said that they want us to encourage all the seniors to get into some levelized billing program. But in order to get in the levelized billing program, you have to be at zero. You have to be at zero, and you have to make some kind of payment arrangement on anything that you have in the past. And if you miss that payment arrangement, then you don't get on the levelized billing. So we talked to them about also helping the seniors, like Power to Care with Entergy. They help pay the bills. They give us $500 per senior per year, right, that they can use to pay on their light bills through their Entergy Power to Care program. And we run that program. We can go in their portal, we can make pledges, and then Salvation Army will pay it. And so we talked to them this morning about them doing something like that. They said they're going to do it with United Way, but I wanted you all to know that we are assisting seniors. I think Ms. Pratt said we put aside about how much? 20,000? Did you say 20,000?
Initially.
Initially. To help pay. So far the 20,000, we've used about 6. And so we're going to go to the community meeting tonight and then the following one. But we really want to do more advocating than paying, because they need to have some concrete solution to why these bills are so exorbitantly high. And I hadn't heard that yet. So hopefully we can get that information tonight.
So that's just in Baton Rouge. You didn't come to Baker, you come to Baker.
Baker, yeah, so Baker, do they have Delta?
No,
too?
no, we don't have Delta, but we have the city of Baker and Entergy, but the city of Baker, mine went from $94 to $200.
Mine too. Mine did the
Yours
same
too?
thing. So you can talk about Delta, but they don't say anything about it. Baker Utilities,
Yeah.
So,
Entergy,
You need
I
to
would-
talk
we need to have,
since you coming up there.
yeah.
And he's all excited. You
Mhm.
need to talk to him. You can't bring your seniors up there with him doing it like that.
Yeah,
They don't say anything about Entergy, but Entergy has gone up.
has done the same thing, huh?
Yeah, they've done the same thing, went up $100.
Well, maybe we'll have a meeting at the Baker Senior Center and
That's
see.
Oh, good, yes.
And he knows me. 'Cause
Yeah.
I called him.
You call him? Okay. And then,
Yeah.
so we'll be at Butler Center tonight. And just a couple last things. So the senior trip, we're going to Nashville, sponsored by Senator Barrow. We're going to Nashville on April 30th through May 3rd.
Is that on the bus?
We're going on a bus. It's a bus trip. Senior Skip Day is March 20th at the River Center. It's the denim edition. It's our 5th, Senior Skip Day 5.0, it's our 5th one. And the annual meeting is May 15th, and then we're gonna have bingo with the CEO. In your packet, you should have a calendar. Y'all put those on your calendars, and then, of course, Judy will send you out your calendar invite. And that's it, Madam Chair.
All right. If there's nothing else, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Oh, they all made the motion. They done got food, they got their eyes.
Okay, it's been moved by Reverend Mary Moss, seconded by Major Frederick Thomas. All in favor? All right. Motion, meeting adjourned.
Council on Aging.